If you saw Spider-Man Homecoming, then you know that the cat is out of the bag. Aunt May knows that her nephew, her baby boy, her little loved one is Spider-Man. First of all, before I begin, it goes without saying that if you are watching this, that you have already seen Spider-Man Homecoming. If you have not seen Spider-Man Homecoming, I'm going to tell you up front that there will be major spoilers. You might want to click away, go watch one of my other videos. I'll pop one up right now that I think is pretty good. So if you're still here, you know that Aunt May knows that her nephew, her baby boy, her little loved one is Spider-Man. Now you might be thinking, are they going to keep this in the movie, or are they going to have Peter explain away that he's Spider-Man? And I have an answer for you. The answer is no, they are not going to explain it away. It is going to stay in canon. Aunt May knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And this has been confirmed by the keeper of the realm himself, Kevin Feige. Now, one of the basic and defining traits of Peter Parker is him constantly trying to pull off his double life. And he does this, as most superheroes do, in order to, of course, protect their own personal life and, most importantly, to protect their family. In Peter's case, he has to worry about his friends, sometimes his love interests, and most importantly, his Aunt May. I mean, if a bad guy or a supervillain knew his secret identity, this could be easily used as leverage against him. We all know this by now. However, as in real life, it is almost impossible to maintain a double life without being found out. How many of you have been caught in a lie by your parents, girlfriend, or whoever? I'm pretty sure that you would agree it's pretty hard to keep up with the lies. At some point, you are going to slip up and be found out. So even though this is a fantasy world, could you imagine how much more difficult that is for Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man? I'm pretty sure he believes, with Aunt May losing her husband and everything, that the last thing that this woman needs is to be worrying about him getting destroyed by the next supervillain or crazy or whoever decides to pop up in the city. So Kevin Feige and his team just decided to do away with this and to pretty much pull the veil from Aunt May's eyes and just let her in on the secret. And it happened in such a hilarious way that when it was happening in slow motion, you knew that she was standing at the door. So returning home, Peter is all excited. He sees his suit sitting on his bed that Tony Stark returned to him, and he puts the suit back on, I guess thinking that maybe nobody was at home, or maybe he thought that his door was closed. I mean, that is rule number one when you're in your room doing something that you should not be doing. Lock your door. I'm a grown man. This is my house. But even I lock my door when I'm doing something I don't want my wife or kids to see or walk into, or I don't want them to know I bought something. I even lock my door, and this is my house. So definitely Peter, knowing that he is not the authority figure in the house, should have at least made sure the door was locked. I mean, as a 15-year-old boy, that's rule number one. So while he's standing there basking in all his own glory, Aunt May is standing right behind him. So she responded like any parent would do, finding their kid in such a position. She's like, what the? Now I say bravo to this. I rather Aunt May know. I don't want wasted story time. I want more Spider-Man and less Peter Parker. So the fact that they eliminated this, I say bravo, bravo to that. Now via Screen Rant, in an interview with Cinema Blend, Feige discussed the twist or the reveal, and he explained why it was the best way to go. Because it definitely places Spider-Man in a very unique position, like we've never seen him before on screen. He's quoted as saying, J. Michael Straczynski did an issue when he was doing his run on Spidey many years ago where she discovered the secret. I think it was in the laundry or something, and they had a sit-down scene. And probably going back to Spider-Man 2, I would sort of carry that issue around and go, we should do this someday. And it was great luck that it hadn't been done yet. That was always part of the plan. And very much like our instinct to say, let's have Tony Stark say, I'm Iron Man at the end. Well, what does that mean for the next movie? I don't know, but it will force us to do something unique. We did not want to do the secret identity thing at that point in the MCU. And now the same thing. The dynamic now is forced to be something fresh and something unique going forward. So just like in Iron Man, when Tony Stark revealed himself at the end, I bet you weren't expecting that. I know I wasn't. And by him doing that, that forever changed how the stories were presented. And plus, we didn't have to waste time and waste narrative with him trying to hide his secret identity. Boom, I'm Iron Man, I'm Tony Stark, let's go. And now we have the same opportunity for Spider-Man. And I, for one, am all for it and very excited for it. Also, we've seen this done in the other two Spider-Man franchises. the one with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. We've seen this done before. We now have some exciting and new fresh meat in terms of story to play with. Now, Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire implied that Aunt May knew that her baby boy Peter Parker was Spider-Man. This was pretty much implied in the hero in all of us speech, but it's never been completely out in the open like Maury Povich style, you're the father, that type of shock. The secret's never been out of the bag like that. And it's safe to say from the reaction of the crowd of the movie theater that I was in, that people love this. And they're on board with the fact that Aunt May knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. I am. And Marissa Tomei, who plays Aunt May, she definitely likes it. In an interview with Cinema Blend, she says that it takes a big burden off the character. Now, Aunt May isn't scheduled to be in any of the Infinity War movies, and I believe there will be at least 2 of them, so we won't really know what her reaction is until we have another Spider-Man movie. It's probably unlikely because some time will have passed, but it really would be nice to be a fly on the wall as the audience to see what that initial conversation is like. I really want to know what angle he's going to play at first. Is he going to try to play it off and say, oh, it's just a costume, I'm just trying this on, Spider-Man's my hero, I want to be like him? Or is he going to be honest? At this point, it really doesn't matter because at the end of the day, Aunt May knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. If you like videos about science, weird news, and comics, please subscribe and turn on the notifications to my channel because I make multiple videos every week. I am John Armstrong Media, and I approve this message.